Hello, welcome to the Africa Meets Business Special Edition, where we spotlight change makers, innovators, and people doing meaningful work in Nigeria and beyond. My name is Alao Kudirat Abisola, and today we have the honor of speaking with a visionary leader, the CEO of Project Fix Nigeria, an initiative that supports grassroots empowerment, economic innovation, and national transformation through cooperative models and community-based solutions. With over 2 decades of experience in development strategy and capacity building, Project Fix Nigeria has worked to position our country Nigeria as a productivity-driven powerhouse. Join me in welcoming our CEO, Mr. Oluwasegun Akoni Kowontok, the CEO of Project Fix Nigeria. Thank you. Welcome for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Moni.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a pleasure to be here. It's all about Nigeria. I'm available. Thank you.
So, moving first to the first question. So, I want to ask you, what inspired the production of Project Fix Nigeria?
The establishment of Project Fix Nigeria. That's a wonderful question. It all started in 1982. As a dream. As a young Nigerian, I was privileged to meet with Papa Wo. And I called Hotel learning. Company of my late mother, Chifola Wayin, Fufa, Paula Tijakabi. They were all in Learning Kwara Street for a program of UPN, which part of me too. Of which my mother was a member. And that caused a lot. People have been saying, especially the opposition, that them calling the sage, Chilavame Awolowo, GCFR, the former premier Western region of Nigeria. We had people calling him Prophet of Doom. Also, for me as a young Nigerian, I said, okay. So, the Prophet of Doom, because things will be tough in Nigeria. But we are young, we are just young Nigerian coming up. So our future, why will it be bleak? The picture where they are painting. And the sage said, no. My eye, the Shagun, what you call it, he said, yes, because they call me Prophet of Doom, because we are very realistic. We are talking about facts and figures that can be checked. That if we don't manage situations in Nigeria, Nigeria might go through economic crisis that might span over 3 decades, over 30 years or more. And something needs to be done. So from here, 30 years, 40 years, hey, by then, somebody like me, I will be at that age, a young man, so how can they cope? So for me, I was worried. And some of my friends, my peer group that were there listening to that were also worried. And we then asked questions, what's the solution, sir, to fix Nigeria? But to fix Nigeria, that's a good one. That at that point, the government must be overwhelmed to the extent that we need the people to participate in fixing Nigeria. And so at that point for us, that's a takeaway. So it's okay, government will be overwhelmed, government will not be able to fix it. Means government will not be able to fix the Nigerian problem all alone without inclusive participation. So we took that away. So in what direction? I don't want to think your generation should think. So if your generation thinks, now come with solution. We have tried our best. You see, we have tried our best, and then at that time of 80 plus. So you young Nigeria, as youth, the future belongs to you. Wrong youth. So with this, since then, I've been thinking, what is the way forward? We write in Iraq, we write a paper, we write interview, we organize a group with a couple to talk about set. Then why can this thing not happen? But of course, many Nigerians don't even believe all this thing that we're going to go through that crisis. But today, I'm sure, 40 years after Papa died 38 years ago, 1982 is exactly 43 years ago. But the economic crisis is still there. And for me, I pity every leader that emerges. Because until we look towards inclusive participation, mobilizing Nigeria to be part of fixing Nigeria, You get what I'm saying? Then that will be way forward. So over time, we start to look at, okay, it seems governments are working so hard. They are trying. For each government that comes, they come with a solution. They cannot fix all the problems. So, but as they come with that solution, the only time we expire, they will go. Or that will come. But we are here to get it right. In the sense that that's what they call the constitutional social contract between the people and the government. So now, we didn't have that. So now at my age, and above 60, when we're about spoke, you see, so it means that I said something is wrong. So by the year 2000, we register Project Fix Nigeria. So immediately it came from talking about how to fix Nigeria. So we saw that, so the establishment of Project Fix Nigeria as a corporate entity came from that privilege meeting. And that's what led to Project Fix Nigeria, register under CAC in the year 2000 as a research and development entity. So through our research that we've been doing led to where we had to be to give us a pointer. So I think that addressed the question.
Thank you very much, sir. And the word Project Fix Nigeria, so the fixing of the Nigeria is ambitious. So that means to asking you, what does the fixing mean in your own vision? What does it entail to mean fixing Nigeria?
Yes, it's not really ambitious, but it's phenomenal. It's groundbreaking. It's job-breaking, whatever you want to call it. But now, phenomenal in the sense that the name itself connotes that we are repairing. Fix means repair. Am I right? So, and if fix means repair, and we say Project Fix Nigeria, Nigeria is an entity, a whole nation, that is bigger than one individual. It's bigger than the president of a nation. It's bigger than every family. It's bigger than higher official. It's bigger than any governor. It's bigger than any ambassador, any minister, or local government chairman, But now we're talking about the whole nation. When you talk about the whole nation, nobody can do it independently without collective effort. We must come together. 250 million Nigerians cannot get it up to fix Nigeria. So what it means is that there are problems, okay? So that we need to fix. That's what it connotes. And to fix those problems, we must align our people with the government. People must support government. Government too must support the people. So that's how it's been done. But unfortunately, after the creation of local government, that's where the fix now we're talking about and what to fix. We discovered that people believe that local government must provide everything at the grassroots level. Local government cannot provide all solutions at the grassroots. Local government can only be the cheerleader from presidency, federal government to state government to local government to traditional rulers to faith leaders as religious leaders to school to student. Every age bracket must part of fixing Nigeria. So for that reason, that is why the necessity came up that we have to name this organization Project Fix Nigeria. Because Nigeria is a project. You get what I'm saying? It's a project. So that project now came before the Fix Nigeria, established, ready to go. So with over 30 years of research and development, we believe that with what we know, with the information we have at our disposal in our kitty, in our archive, is enough to help fix Nigeria. But at that time, like I said, your family must fix Nigeria. So what we say is that I will fix Nigeria for my family's future of fortune, not just future, but future of fortune. There's difference between future, there's difference between fortune. You might enter the future with poverty. You might go with future with hunger. Yeah. But when I say I will fix Nigeria for my family, don't fix Nigeria for Nigeria, fix it for your family. If I fix Nigeria for quarter family, you fix your family, your Nigeria for your family, then Nigeria is already fixed. But that local will fix Nigeria for Buddha family. Yes, the president is just a messenger of the nation. Jokingly at times I say maybe this your excellency, but maybe one way we need to change for the messenger of the nation. So it will tell none of us as elites to know that we are messenger of the people, we are public servants. So I said maybe in Africa, if you change that your excellency to national messenger, It is down the president to I'm investing in the people. It is down the government to that when they call this Your Excellency, we should not overbloat our egos. When they call honorable, distinguished senator, you can't be distinguished more than the people. And that's why I say we need to change the narrative to fix Nigeria of calling ordinary people, the masses, the street people on the street, everyday Nigeria. We're all everyday Nigeria. They're our boss. For every CEO of bank, every CEO of any company, Nigerians, the people are our boss because they spend their money and will get benefit. If there are no 50 million people, I'm sure that which people will the president and govern. You see? So, but these people are our leaders. They are our own boss. And we're answerable to them. And we need to work with them. We need to listen to them. And so, this is what Project Fix Nigeria, what is there to preach, to help remove the problem of low productivity.
Thank you very much, sir. And there are many NGOs, many movements that have talk and no action movements. So how is Project Fix Nigeria different, or how will they make it different from every other NGOs that have come, made progress, and no results? So how is Project Fix Nigeria different?
Project Fix Nigeria is already different. Even the unique celebrity position is Project Fix Nigeria. I don't really know. If I ask anybody on the street, they knows Project Fix Nigeria, so it's already, for anything, go either Islamic or biblically, there's something very important in the name.
Yes.
So Project Fix Nigeria is for every Nigeria. So what separates it from NGO is that Project Fix Nigeria is a social enterprises development organization that we make sure we are no more going to stop scrambling or partitioning to climb the tree from the top down. Can you climb the tree from top down? But what we are seeing mostly now is that from top down approach, it has to be from bottom up. So it means Nigeria is a nation in need of redirection of national grassroots, national productivity and economic development purpose. And that purpose must be clearly spread out. And at that point, what separates us is that we are creating a platform for both the government, the NGOs, the people, the market, the churches, the Muslim word by word movement. So we have to get everybody involved. Now, for example, when there's presidential election campaign, president will move from village to village, from local, isn't it? Yes. So if we say politics is local, then fixing a nation's economy miracle must also be community based, communal. You get what I'm saying? So if it's communal, it's not difficult to fix. It means it has to, the way campaigns are taken from word to word, from village to village. So Project Fix Nigeria is inspiring people, both Nigerians at home and diaspora, village by village, word by word, community by community, tribe by tribe, tongue by tongue, faith by faith, region by region, family by family, school by school. Everybody will be involved. Nobody's going to do the same thing. Every institution, every individual, you will be logged in. That is the strongest strength and area of bias of Project Fix Nigeria. So the NGOs now we're helping them to combine resources. So the platform combine resources, make sure that even you are an NGO, you will thrive. Local government will thrive. Now you are into production, your studio will thrive. Because when there's an alignment, and let me use for reference, permit me to use the ant insect. Even the word of God says that you mankind sluggard. I've got to call mankind sluggard. Go and understudy the hands and learn from them. They are so skilled. They have division of labor. They have everything. They cut across. Their colony is well developed than human communities. If you get there, there's division of labor there. They have the soldiers, they have the workers, they have the queen, they have the king. So everybody is doing what they need to do. And I will also tell you this. I call them the organized, restless ants in search of a restless and a bright future. Now, what separates the ants from us that we, Project Fix Nigeria, is bringing that principle to play is that during rainy season, before rainy season, ants will have come together and mobilize themselves and save food in their colony. Whatever they need to survive is already there. Because they are so small that, so minute, micro, that when there's flood, there's grain, they will be flooded away, So they need to have preserve what they really needed throughout rainy season. They even plan beyond rainy season. They plan for eventuality. There could be crisis, maybe attack. Because like Badger comes to where they are. He can feed on ants, on bees. It won't affect it. So Badger is a very horrible, terrible, powerful animal that doesn't die easily. So they have to also consider what the Badger can do to them. So they now build their home and fortify it. When they fortify, when they explode, you can hear to tsunami in America, in everywhere. You have the hurricane, you have storm, you have it doesn't affect the colony, you know. I've seen colony that's up to 40, 50, 70. But despite no matter how they storm the wind, it stands. Whereas man entity, mankind has built, but man will collapse and you know what I'm saying? Even flood will carry us away. It doesn't carry the earth away. And water doesn't enter their colony because it's well sealed up and there's food. So throughout that time, there's food security. So why is mankind, we Nigeria talking about food security? Because we are not aligning together. That is where what makes Project Fix Nigeria to be different from other corporate entity or NGO. We come with our own national identity. And it's global. The model, what I said, over 40 years of research, it's not a joke. You get what I'm saying? We know something, we're not even in a rush. So, but at times, when all these NGOs are saying that they just talk, of course, some come, they have this for talk show. But you know, along the line, in Nigeria, most of our research is executive chair research kind of thing. Where you just, but deep research that you're not hurry to get this done. What does it take Apple to become Apple Incorporation? You know, it all started in 1973. So if anybody is talking to Apple, and Apple is seated in Nigeria, you can Google and quote me. Today, Apple Group is about 3.5 to 4 trillion dollars in street value, net worth. And what is our GDP in Nigeria, for example? Well, at the point we have 500 billion, now at around 365 or 70 billion dollars. So it means Apple is richer than over 250 million Nigerians, richer than the nation, richer than 774 local government, richer than the state, richer than everything that makes Nigeria. But we are richer than it in resources. You get what I'm saying? But in terms of organized production, Apple is richer than Nigeria. That's the chain that is linking. That is missing that Project Fix Nigeria is trying to connect back, to bring everybody together and make sure we can be better than these people. Even Apple is richer than the entire African 55 nations. What is GDP of the entire Africa? About $2.9 trillion. And Apple is already there. I can count about 10 companies in the world. You get what I'm saying? That are richer than Africa. One of them is Amazon at about $1.6 trillion. And Microsoft at about $2.6 trillion. And then Tesla at about $1.4 trillion. Facebook at about $1.2, about $3 trillion. And I can keep on. And now we talk that we are rich. We talk that Dangote is richest in Africa. Fine, great. Now, to see where we are fixing the problem, where we are different to the NGO. We want Dangote, I want to see Dangote of this world, and they call Dangote, and Abdul Samad of Prague Group, or all the millionaires we have in Nigeria, billionaire. I want to see them becoming the real billionaires in dollar and leading between the first 1 to 5 richest people in the world. You get what I'm saying? Now, the entire billionaire in Africa, they're about 59 or thereabout. And their net worth value all put together is about $80 billion. Don't forget that Mark Zuckerberg lost about $85 billion in stock. And the guy is still standing. Today, he's standing at $140, $150 billion. So it means what is wrong. So it means the billionaire in Africa will see it to really, the billionaire in Africa should look inward. It's no longer about them, but empower people with ideas. Why these guys like Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, what separates them is that they fund youth startup. They fund other organizations, other ideas, other innovation, other invention that makes it about the benefit like it from it. Now that's why we have the Silicon Valley, where they run prototype of business. So if you have put idea like I hear now, bring it, will fund it. But our funding in Africa, particularly in Nigeria, you see, it's never like that. We make it so difficult. We talk more about empowering people and celebrating more on media. Now you want to be 7 million empowerment, 1 billion empowerment, and it's all over the place. Whereas if you just visit, just even sponsor 2 or 3 serious innovation, you know what I'm saying? It will be a radical departure. that could make millionaires could emerge. So that is what separates Project Fix Nigeria as from other organizations and you. Both bank. Now you ask this, I'm telling you that the bank we are celebrating bank. Do you know that the money in our bank, the bank money, is not up to your bank money? Most of the money in Nigeria is domiciled with people in the informal sector. We don't want to hear billionaires there. That one billionaire can just zoom on what the entire African billionaires are. No, there's problem. Africa is over 1.6 billion people. So like we're the largest in the world. But unfortunately, this population should translate to prosperity for us, you know. But for it to translate to prosperity, that's a common problem. There is an umbrella problem in Africa, low productivity. And until we resolve this problem, and then what you call wealth is not really big wealth here. It's not a big deal in other places. Now, for example, I see somebody using a ring of just about $100 million. You see what I mean? In a quarter, $100 million, just one single ring. So you know what it means? And so, and if we are not going to encourage that, but in terms of our production, we should be able to engage in mass production, one by one, everybody must be engaged. So that we can create taxable wealth for our company. So that's what separates Project Fix Nigeria. We are doer. We make it happen. All of our payoff in Project Fix Nigeria is making it happen. And how do we make it happen? Like you said, we are focusing on what we call high impact productivity equity initiatives and self-help community-led economic development cooperative integration movement. Movement for industrial agriculture, for commercial communal mining, for modular green energy, for what we call the mass housing of integrity and dignity. Why do I say dignity? Housing that will dignify people's presence. You know what I mean? Not just any house, but housing of dignity. Yes, that will be provided. They will now have the mass manufacturing infrastructure for mass production and export of made in Nigerian goods. It means every family, every household must be a stakeholder in mass production. So for every good that is going out of Nigeria is bringing back dollars. That's the way to go about it. Now CBN is defending dollar most of the time. That's why we have this $3 something. Now, when we free the dollar, we are not producing anything. That's the issue. So when you're not producing anything and the dollar is just going up, yes, problem. Thank God the president who said it. Now, where is our nation? He said the greatest invention, that's President Bola Tinubu, GCFR, the commander chief of the Armed Forces of the Republic of Nigeria. He did say it. He said, what is the greatest invention in the last 1,000 years? And Mr. President said electricity. Then Mr. President wanted the next question. I said, what is Nigeria and Nigerians producing and selling to other parts of the world? He said, even common slippers we are not producing. And that is poverty mindset. We need to overcome that. And that is where Project Fix Nigeria comes in, to align resources. So now, to that extent, we have created what we call Face Bank, which I'm sure you'll come to. Means and ways of coming up with mega, big money in there for infrastructure, okay? So creative and innovative solutions. So I'm sure we'll get there as we move on. So that is that for that question.
What role would you provide for the young Nigeria and the youth in the aspect of you meaningfully providing something beyond social media activities? So what would you provide?
Yes, the role we're going to provide is constitutional. It's social contract. You know, as we have social contract as with our government, also each member of the family also have constitutional social contract within the family. The focus goes beyond the youth. Because you're just as on one side. All over the world, which institution is the largest? The largest, oldest, smallest institution in the world is family institution. An enlightened and empowered family is a critical ingredient mix for achieving an unstoppable economic miracle leap in the nation. So we're focusing on the family, and each youth will be representing their family. You know, nobody best with their family. When you hear about your family, all of us are struggling to make sure it's well with our family, my father, my mother, my sister, everybody. When you talk about family, now when you go out every day, everybody is going out there for his family or family. So the focus of Project Fix Nigeria, the target audience is actually the family. The family makes the government, the family makes the market, the family makes the school, the family makes the churches, mosques. Everywhere you go is about family, okay? Everybody represents the family. So in what we are saying now for the role the youth have is that they want that package. We are very brilliant. You are just working as a youth in identity too. And that's why we're here together. See, a dream, a vision. I said over 30 years ago, over 40 years ago, I had a vision to fix Nigeria. And how? By feeding our people and nourishing the world from our homeland, which is Nigeria. We have to learn how to feed the world, and we're going to use it. And with a mission to make Nigeria world largest producer and exporter of food and ICT, what have you. Great inventions, great innovation, great investment across the world. So the youth, they have ideas. But we see many of them now on social media, which is not really their fault. I told you that we're not going to blame government or blame people or blame youth, but bless everybody. Because a person cost or a land cost cannot be blessed under the people. And that's why we say our fix Nigeria, don't cost your land. Stop blaming. The president cannot do it. If you check President Bola Tinubu today, the one that will come will say President Bola Tinubu administration is better than. You find that they say Buhari comment is better than President Bola Tinubu. So if you remove President Bola Tinubu today and leave allow him to be president 2027, the next president that will come, if things are still going, he will say, we prefer President Bola Tinubu's government, isn't it? It's like that. What is missing is that we need to align our youths to be part of mass production. Now, what is wrong? That the youths are so disenfranchised with in terms of national pride, in terms of patriotism, in terms of performance, in terms of productivity, in terms of principle that drive prosperity. They want to prosper. But over time, again, because there's no platform that make it easy, seamless for you to be part of mass production. It has to happen. That's what the ideal model that Project Fix Nigeria. It has to be so easy. It has to be seamless. Just the way social media is seamless for you to, just pick your phone and you're on social media, isn't it? So that's the only part-time reason they have now. Go there, chat, friendly, not friendly, and aggressive attack at times. For Nigerians to move forward, we need to provide a seamless platform, vehicle to prosperity, that will engage our youth in productivity by all, prosperity for all. And that's what the ideal model those two apps, the GNet really represent. That's the ideal model that the Face Bank represent. The GNet villages promotion represent, productivity by all. The Face Bank app provide the fund, the resources for prosperity for all. Can you see? So we know where we are going, we know where we are coming from, and we know why we're here. You know what I mean? So, and what we're going to teach our youth, because there are 4 fundamental principles that guide the development of a nation. And if it's not applied, you get what I'm saying? Without applying them, as a nation, we're going to struggle. Like a nation in need of redirection. I told you of grassroots-led national productivity and economic development purpose. We're going to sail in an uncharted economic water if we don't get it right. Make it seamless. Create resources, and government does not even have that resources to fix Nigeria. That's where we come in for the youth. And that's where the president, for example, President Bola or whoever has been president of Nigeria, we are looking for foreign investors. We don't need it. When you have the GNet Village, Hub of Prosperity, Productivity by All, and the Face Bank app of Prosperity for All, under the Project Fix Nigeria Productivity Game Changer. It's a game changer. Now, when you talk, that when the youth see the reason why you can say our fix Nigeria, that's the beginning of the change we are talking about, isn't it? Let an average Nigerian people, we need to sack up their psyche. We need to get to their mindset. Every Nigerian, both the family, both the youth, both the man, both the woman, you talk about gender, for example, gender issue, or we talk about youth empowerment, women empowerment. Who says the men doesn't need empowerment? Men needs empowerment all over the world. Men, in fact, men bear the heat most. Now, you know what I'm saying? So, connected to the youth. Every youth today, tomorrow will become a man. Am I correct? Yeah. So yesterday I was a youth. Yesterday. Today I'm an adult. I'm a senior citizen. For that matter. and about 60 are the senior citizens of Nigeria. You get what I'm saying? So now, for the youth you are saying, they will also grow to become adults and senior citizens. And see the help and the agile doing something for that generational shift to happen. That is where Project Vision will provide the paradigm shift. You know what I mean? To make it happen. The youth to be, if they have ideas, those that have brilliant ideas, those that have inventions, those that have innovation. Project Vision is a platform for bringing them to meet investors. They're going to have access to what we call the innovation development and equity finance. There's a way that is structured that the First Bank have. Any nation that cannot come with strategy. No, you are, what's that, Mrs. Dr. Okojo, Ngozi Okojo, during the last conference of the OAU, African Union, she said it. She said it's time for Africa to forget access to aid and then come up with creative and innovative ways for mobilizing local resources and homegrown investment. That is exactly where Project Fix Nigeria come on. To make sure that if you have an Nigeria, if you have an idea, you have an invention, you have what an innovation you want to develop, where to go is Project Fix Nigeria. So now, because when I use the word where to go, you know there are 4 principles. And like Pastor Adeyemi, Baba Una Chap, all of them, Baba Deboye, Radijio too. And what do you call them? The Bible is saying it. They preach on people. And what did they say? They say there are principles that guide development. And without applying those principles, we are not going to move forward. So we are going to give our youth, teach our youth 4 fundamental principles. And what are these principles? Those 4 W principles. 1, what to do. I'm sure they will have it already. They have right there. If you now have what to do, where to go, it's very important for that to happen. Now, those are 2 of the 4 W. Now, the 3rd one, what to say. The 4th one, whom to say it to, that will make it happen for you. The officer just want to say it to. It's where to go. So the youth, that's interesting time. Because now they will represent their family in what we call intergenerational taxable wealth creation. Ownership transfer to coming generation of youth startup. So that you for the first time they can start. When you go to Europe, you go to Western world, you know what happens there? Most of family they have insurance. That by the time a youth is 18 years to 21 years, you know what happens? You fall back on that insurance. So it has a good startup than the child in Africa. These are what Project Fix Nigeria has to start, and we see that we are incorporated that through the space bank that we're testing. So it's fundamental that every Nigerian at home are part of the Project Fix Nigeria movement. Project Fix Nigeria is a cause for every Nigerian at home and diaspora to record an inclusive participation. We must come together like the response act.
Thank you very much, sir. So is there a skill or a role you believe every youth should play in order to make this vision a reality?
Oh, yes. Like I said, I told you that when there's no to repair something, if you go back to Nigeria of the 70s, 60s, before that, you know, we don't have local government. I can speak about that. We don't have local government before the advent of local government. We don't have it. But ours development is communal based. Communal in the sense that in the community and the traditional ruler, the leader and the judge is very powerful, is a government. You represent the government. When we are growing up, that was when Guam was pride of state. We don't need to know the president, the other two. We need to meet him. We don't talk about that. In Kwara State, we have David Boy, Boy was the governor of Kwara State. I was in Kwara State as a youth. At that time, we didn't go see the governor. When the governor is coming or president, all we do for them is just to carry flag and roadside and flag like this. And that's why we don't want to hear anything. Because these things are happening at the community level. People take care of their community, from youth to elders to men to women, everybody they are king. That's what they call the town crier for the palace. He goes out and cries the gun, bang, 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 and ring it everywhere. And once it's done, we announce that the KBC, the traditional leader want to see, you want to see everybody as also day. You that you are going to farm, no farm in that day, no market that day, know this that day, know that day, know this. Everybody must converge at the village square. When they meet at village square, that's what we call the town or community meeting today. So we call it village square then. Anybody who has grown we know village headmaster. The very headmaster series, how it works, where they convert. So you can go there for reference for youth of the day. They can go and play back the video, ask NTA or wherever has it. You play back, they see how the government of the community has been done. Is well captured under the village headmaster series there. Under the drama series. So now, in the community, like I told you, youth knows their role. So the day that we are going to officially want to build a community school, they want to build town hall, they want to build market. Whatever you have, you bring it to the fore. We combine resources. If you don't have money, you will be able to fetch water. Yes. If you are selling cement and you can do you donate cement. If you are bricklayer, you donate your labor. If you are carpenter, you donate your labor. If you are a teacher, you go there to help spread information. If you are a town drummer musician, you can come and play music to inspire the people as the work is going on. If you run bukateria, you have restaurant. You cook food and bring so people that are working body will eat food. So it's a communal cooperative effort. So it creates synergy, and from there we're able to develop. So you know what they naturally, constitutionally, in social contract, everybody will know what to do. It's clearly spelled out. It's natural. It's traditional. And once we get it right on that Project Fix Nigeria movement platform, you will discover that every youth knows where they belong. Now, when a youth knows that you are giving a co-ownership for prosperity creation, are you going to tell me that he knows that if I create 100 naira and the producer and the director create 1,000, the producer create 10,000, the director 1,000, and money, whatever you put in is whatever is coming out for you. Garbage in, garbage out. Prosperity, productivity in, prosperity out. You get what I'm saying? So if you like, don't worry. Just waste it. When it's time, the payday, you will know that what you are getting in terms of ROI, return on investment, is what you labor for. So it's competitive. It's creative. We're not creating competition, but creating creations. That's what we are doing now. And in this era we're entering, even the president will know that's not about politics. No, Nigeria is entering a season of and time of productivity, not politics for now. Let the politicians do their politics, and then money will come here. Because when the nation is relaxed, the senator will not be burdened with come and pay my children's school fees, come and you know what I mean, come and bury my dad for me, come and pay the hospital bill, come and pay my hospital. The tax is not too much on the politicians in office or the political office holders. So, but once we engage people and they are doing their own bit, we should be able to create prosperity that is taxable and transferable. Taxable for government to boost ITR, internally generated revenue. That's to increase. But right now, we're not increasing it. I've had about the exception. Yeah, the committee, they are doing a wonderful job on that tax reform. But exception is not the issue. The issue should be empowerment, so that more people can be productive. So if they are productive, they can be brought into the tax net. There's something we call the willing taxpayer. Ready, willing taxpayer. That's what President Renewable, I know you know how to mobilize resources. But what President Renewable can bring to play for that, for the youth to have, is to create readily, inspire, willing taxpayer. 150 million Nigerians. Okay? Should be able to pull money together for President Renewable to be able to express his reform program. And that's the way you now look at that for the youth. Now everybody's complaining, our youth, that, okay, you are talking about this, I don't even have skill. Because what it is to go to school and you get degree. Degree is not a skill. It's not a skill. We have graduated a lot of youth without the skill, prerequisite skill to go into special skills, production. No, we don't have a problem. Under the GNF village, that's where we have done it. That will make sure that even when you don't have, by the time you're operating in GNF village and you are there, we will know how you will learn it, we will have it. You get what I'm saying? So youth will not have problem of, but I don't know how to build. You just come, you just be there. Once you are there, those that are building, you will also learn, you build and you earn income. And you will share it, not just salary. Because it's when you say employment is only for people to do 8 to 5 p.m. work. But we're talking about empowerment in terms of enterprises promotion. So that when you know that this is my future I'm creating wealth and my annual return on investment will change my family narrative. And it would be ready to work. And average youth and average Nigerian youth or people, they're not lazy.
Yes.
But over the time, when there's no platform, that's why they see the Facebook as a platform. They see Instagram, all these as a platform for them. And when you see more than a skit,
Yes, kids come.
everybody want to do skit, they say that it's now overpopulated. Skit. And unfortunately, our girls that cannot do skit, at least share must, they go share survive, share. No, so they must survive because not taken away from them. So those are hard boobs. And how about can direct to us, bring it out, so that they have followers. And once they have followers, and they can monetize it and get paid. So they bring that, if you cannot pay my bill, share will shall go and look for how to pay my bill. And they don't now take us to the use Japa. We don't say, oh my Japa, they will Japa that. Because they are Japa, no more Japa that. So under this project, productivity game changer movement, Nigeria will Japa that. And every you and your family everybody will say, I will voluntarily, they will so patriotic with full national pride to say, I will help fix Nigeria. I will help fix Nigeria. It's a phrase that is long overdue. And that is what government really need and all Nigerians need to incorporate every Nigerian into this act. So our youth, we know we've trained out a lot of youth graduates that doesn't have skill apart from their paper qualification. Project Vision Nigeria is taking care of all that. It's part of the blueprint.
So you're saying there's going to be a training program.
No, that when I say that is just don't bother about training program. Let's say in a layman language where I said it. You got what I'm saying? Training, you cannot train somebody within 3 months, ask a person to grab. It doesn't work like that. But what we are saying is that doing it together. Okay, let me tell you that training you are saying. I'm going to use what makes lion the most. The king of the jungle. It's not because it's the tallest animal. Giraffe is taller than it. Elephant is taller than it. It's not because it's the fattest animal. Hippopotamus, rhino, they are big and powerful. A bite like this from hippo or rhino, we kill tiger. We even kill the lion king, the male lion. They will kill it. Then, but what makes it the king of the wild jungle? It's not because it's just the king or it's powerful. No. Bears are powerful than the Bengal tiger is powerful than lion. Bear is powerful. An elephant you can catch up. Even one elephant cannot single-handedly kill zebra, this black and white. He can't kill it. A kick from a zebra, get a kick and die. A giraffe, get a kick from giraffe, one lion will die. So, but what separate lion is organization. Organization, skill, organization, coordination. So, and from the day they born their children and they get to the point of wanting, they let them follow them to learn how to. Project Nigeria will take and their use. They go follow and they go follow them. So, don't be saying training, just get as if we don't know. You don't go beyond that one. This one, that's where you go power for productivity and prosperity. We go there now. Now, that stage we enter now. So, the government, for the first time, President Bola Tinubu and his team, and whoever they will have respite. The government will have respite. The stress is too much on the president of the government because they promise to do everything and they cannot do everything. There's no government that can fix a nation's myriad of economic challenges. You get what I'm saying? People must be engaged. But now we're not engaging people. Now the president can wake up and say, we promise we are going to do this. Government will promise. You cannot, for millions of people. When Nigeria was still in thousands, fine. But now when you're talking about over 250, we're more than 300 like I said that. And by projection, within another 10 years, 15 years, Nigeria will be around 400 million. How does it pay you to see what China is doing now? China is all over the world. They are smoking. And I call it the China unstoppable economic and miracle. Because years ago, some decades ago, Nigeria was far better than China. Better than Taiwan, better than Korea. But today, the narrative has changed entirely. And what happens is that they run on the people's back. Their development is people-driven. But here, ours is politics and government-driven. Now, when you now ask this, I will ask you as my interviewer, can a nation sustain political independence without economic independence? And you can only achieve this economic independence through mass economic empowerment of the people. The people will now in turn develop the economy and pay tax to government. Because government really need tax. You go to America, Western world, they don't play with tax. They are ready to jail anybody, you go to jail. But here, many people are not even paying tax. We are now talking about anybody at this level, they are accepted. No, that to me, that approach needs to be rejected. We are not going to accept, but we are going to engage them to make sure that the fund they are using for that is accumulative and low productivity, we brought it to the point of high impact productivity equity. You know what I mean? High impact that my mother is selling pepper. We have a plan to graduate her so that you can earn money that selling pepper for 30 years and you still get it, you still selling on the same location. Selling barley, she's still selling the same location. Selling outside the house, she's still there selling the same thing. For no, that's aberration to prosperity creation. We need to take them. So under this research we have done, the logistics productivity game changer. All that will change. You will see people must have multiple income stream so that we can now attract deepen our banks and insurance penetration in terms of patronage. Because I know that last time the insurance is about 0.5% penetration. That's poor. It's asthma, less than 1 trillion naira in terms of income. Insurance fund bank, insurance fund development organizations. Why Nigerian insurance entity also cannot be an exception. So they must be there for our youth. The bank must be there for our youth. So but right now to access money in the bank, double the interest rate. How do you access it? But when we are growing at the point we have access as youth, we have what we do, we can get what we call overdraft from bank. I'm sure you of today, do you get overdraft in the bank anymore? Do you? Have you ever accessed overdraft? Mr. Producer, have you? Mr. Director, have you? So if you have not accessed it by your generation, we our own time, we go to the bank, we write and we get overdraft. And once money comes in, they deduct it. But now it's difficult to net off. Because most of our youth they don't have means of paying back. So you can't blame the bank like that. But the banking sector and the financial sector, that's insurance, they must part of the platform to see how many people can now make more money and then bank more with the bank. So the more people bank with the bank, then the more money bank will then make the insurance will make and then they will contribute to our GDP. So the youth, they don't have any problem in terms of funding. We have created it under the first bank app. So don't talk about training like I told you. Training in 1 month and that's always no. But it's part of the Lion King team. Like I told you, lions are meant to run, they carry the youth and they tell you they have a leader. So what does the leader do? If they want to kill a giraffe must not kick any lion, I told you. If you kick that lion is gone. You must not take neck boots from the giraffe, it's gone. But what they do is that they come with their pride of numbers. That's about 6, 10, 15 lions can come and attack. And by that, it's synchronized. The system of attack. So if they are coming, the giraffe is there, they make sure they win it out. That's the way that now we win out poverty and hunger. We must overtax poverty and hunger so that mass hunger is gone forever in Nigeria. Okay? So how do we do that? Is to apply the giraffe lion strategy. So you see lion coming, you know you approach this giraffe, they've trained their children, they've trained everybody, they must withdraw at the same time. So they are coming, the giraffe is already, kicking, do everything to weigh up so that they will not kill it. So when that is going on, any lion that made mistake and you didn't withdraw automatically, simultaneously with that, we get the kick. And it's going to die. And for animal kingdom, once they see that he has gotten this kick, rarely does a lion survive the kick from giraffe or zebra. Because they contain a lot of fat and cholesterol in their body. So once it happens, that lion is likely to die. So the other lion will just retire and wait for it to die and feed on it. You see what I'm saying? So organization of our people, coordination of resources like lion pride is what we'll be applying. Teamwork, synergy effect, okay? We must create the synergy effect creation that will take Nigerians to the next level, that will inspire Nigerians at home to come together. And it has to be natural, it has to be cultural, it has to be traditional. It has to happen like that. We don't need to start begging people, chasing people. No, we are not going to beg for donation anymore. You get what I'm saying? We ourselves are the investment. Nigerians are the investment. 250 million Nigerians can never get it wrong. Say I will fix Nigeria.
I want fix.
I will fix Nigeria, yes.
Thank you very much. So thinking about, you made mention on the Japa. So what's
No more Japa, Japa.
yeah, Japa. So what plan do you have for them? Because you can expect somebody very well, because you believe over there they're very much more comfortable than in Nigeria. So people want you to come back to Nigeria. What plans do you have for them? How are you going to sustain them through the time to be back in the country?
This is the part of, it's so easy I said it in my narratives. In some of the questions you have asked me, I've technically provided them the answer to that. I said that it's a mechanical thing, it's automated, it's automatic participation. It's simultaneous. I said it when I was talking, I said, government, from president to government, you don't need to start governance all over the world looking for investors. The first place for investment to thrive is for people to be part of that investment value chain. The people of a nation must come together locally and start to do things together. Once they are doing things together, naturally, okay, now, if I know that all your family in your community, they are part of an investment, they are doing something. If I'm bringing my phone, I know that if I'm bringing that phone, will be saving that community. Because they will protect, because they also their stakeholders. But you are coming with my phone 100%. In a place, backyard, where there's prosperity, but front door, there's poverty. Because people cannot access the prosperity at the backyard. And now somebody that come from abroad, foreigner, or we call foreign investor, and is now taking prosperity from my backyard, he will take it to my front yard where I'm living in poverty. And he's taking my prosperity from the backyard. And look, at the point when I start to count, and then this is too much, then I need to block and say no. And no, you can't pass again. Exactly. And you know how to blame the airports and why they tax people to pay. You know how to buy the Niger Delta youth. Business later. But I said, oh, these are away. Okay, when they said the plan of Nigeria that he will soon come beside this under pipeline. It's a pipeline. The youth now are going to bust the pipeline. To look at if they say this is inside the pipeline, so they will discover they start to sabotage our crude oil. So it's no longer inside the pipeline, but it's not a project Nigeria productivity game changer movement for everybody to key in and start with fix Nigeria. So in that we just said now, is to show that Nigerians in diaspora naturally they have a place here. They themselves want to come home, let's be sincere. But once some people get abroad, you have spent 30 years abroad, 40 years, and they're starting to talk about, to bring back home. It becomes difficult for you to come. Because people will expect so much from you. So the man will not stay there. But if they say I will get it right, they will come out with their expertise. You see, just tell, you see, this idea rules the world. You know, the truth is that it is not about the entire people about money. Just come up with the idea. If people say it's holistic, it's phenomenal, it's groundbreaking, it's job-breaking idea and innovation. Before you know it, you will see people donate. Not just people like you say some of these are natural, all this. People donate money for them. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I tell the Nigerians that where they are not difficult people. They want their nation to grow. Now, you see some of the actors, they will be giving actors, they will be giving houses, cars, supported health-wise. Nigeria will be the one supporting them. So, but under this plan now, even the theater act, their member, for me, it's painful. When I see a member of the thespian, they are coming to the public to pay for fun to treat their members. Or this one is homeless. No. But now, under the Project Fix Nigeria value chain system, there's a plan for them, for every sector. Yes, that will make sure never will they beg again for donation. Because their member will be working together. The plan is the same in the blueprint. It's a sector to sector, vertical, horizontal, diagonal, cooperative linkages arrangement. The arrangement is good to go for people. So it's a cost for every Nigerian to be part of public fixing.
Very much.
It's not in diaspora Nigeria, friends of Nigerians.
So is there a particular field of people you are working with, or is just every Nigeria, it's SMEs and small initiatives? Are you working with all of them?
You cannot, I don't know part of Nigeria. You see, you cannot, everybody's, but now I'm in this studio. Isn't it? And so if I'm in this studio, it's not part of fixing Nigeria. So it is like that. One sector is working, one sector is not working. No. It's a collective, it's inclusive. That's why I'm using inclusive participation. Everybody must move the same time. Hmm? When water is coming, when the ocean is moving, do you see part of the ocean standing still? Everything moves together. And every time on the way, the ocean will move with you. Either it's not, you will be moved away. True. So the solution that will fix Nigeria is in the hands of every Nigeria. No age bracket will be accepted. Even you know that the world of today now, if you see nursery, primary school students, they are good in AI. Because they are not more science oriented, they are more, artificial intelligence, but because they learn very fast. So you cannot even ignore them. If you ignore any sector or any class, any group of age, then it's at our own peril. So it's collective. Every professional, every trade, I told you, I said, now we'll be blaming our churches and all that. People, they just preach prosperity, But now we're not saying from people to production. From worship to work. Okay? From faith to factory. So, and that's why you see the likes of Baba Pastor, the G of a regime. He has started to this hour. Is the first Nigeria to be decorated now as a pioneering pan-Nigeria productivity game changer. He's a cheerleader of the Project Fix Nigeria and the will fix Nigeria. He's an iconic influencer. Why? He has member. And Baba has given 100% assurance that all my pastor to the grassroots, to all members worldwide, will be part of the Project Fix Nigeria movement. They are right from the day I had a boss, we need to go back to the land. And Badebo said, I'm in and I'm going to support this project. So as we speak now, is the officially decorated pan-Nigeria productivity game changer. One key influencer of the project, Fix Nigeria movement. So you see where he wears his own cap, go to www.projectfixnigeria.com. You will see Baba Adebo wearing the Project Fix Nigeria and holding his own shirt. So he's in, and he has given his word to also mobilize other GOs of other churches, bring them the entire Christian community. Now, in response to that, you say it's not only Christian that is Nigeria community. So for the Muslim, already we are working on getting across to the head of Muslim community in Nigeria, which is the Sultan of Sokoto. His decoration will be next. So that because these are influencers that we get their people to be part of the GNet village that the Facebook app. Once we get that, government will just be expecting tax left and right to develop infrastructure. President Renewable and his team, he's a lucky man. The era that he became president of Nigeria. Forget about this reform. Yeah, we are celebrating reform, they tried. But when the president see what is making, you will see that the first of the reform and this now is just a chance. There's nothing about among what is going to achieve for Nigeria under this game changer initiative, productivity game changer. It's high impact. What President Tinubu need to solve now is to focus on low productivity. It's complex. That's what is causing mass hunger, more poverty, high cost of living. People cannot inflation here and there. All that will be thing of the past as we move on. But you must engage Nigerians. You know what I mean? I'm not saying Olusegun Obasanjo or President Bola Tinubu, GCFR, will do it, his ministers or the vice president, Kashim, or member of National Assembly, or state assembly or governors or no. It's all about all of us. We are moving at the same time. It has to be synchronized.
Based on research, I came across Fish for Wealth and GNF initiative. So how does that involve or how does it work together with Project Fix Nigeria?
No, it's a project. Just thank you for that question. It's a nice one. It's a Project Fix Nigeria initiative, Fish for Wealth initiative. And at that time when it happened, it was a collaboration with Pride of here, represented by the head of service of the Federation, under Alhaji Yale Ahmed. There was the head of service. And he didn't waste time, he initiated, he loved the project. But under President Tinubu and President Obasanjo's Olusegun Obasanjo GCFR regime. And it was almost out there. And that was 2005, there was 4. And we started working on this. And they set up a committee, of so under that committee, with Project Fix Nigeria, head of service and federations office, Central Bank of Nigeria, Agric, Nigeria Agric Insurance Corporation, First Bank of Nigeria, Union Bank of Nigeria, PLC. We have a Ministry of Agric, FCT, and a couple of them foreign partners trying now technology. And what happened that time was to provide a Plan B empowerment for civil servant, paramilitary, and the rest of them. The paramilitary police, custom, immigration, road safety, and what have you all together. And this was the same because at that time we were worried that a military man is serving, he goes to the, we realized before this Boko Haram, it was not like this Boko Haram. So, but we are looking at where they are serving the nation for 35 years. Why you put 35 years into a man's life working consistently? A child you bought 35 years ago, by the time you are leaving office, you might not be able to get that job. Because that's why you're looking for people in their 20s to employ. And this guy is already 35 by the time the money of the father is retired. So that's okay. What can we do? To make sure we even create Plan B to the extent that some military officers, some civil servants, they might not even stay up to that 35 years before they leave office. Because if they're in power, so from there, somebody from their lineage can come here and get job opportunity with their family. Because the fear of this unemployment is becoming becoming a commonplace in Nigeria. So how do we solve it? So we came up with Fish for One initiative. Fish for One initiative is not to fish for fish, but teach me how to fish instead of giving me fish. So it became the title of that project. Yes, and the theme is to give Plan B to civil servant, military, and paramilitary. So that the fear of the unknown, the fear of unknown future. For them, when I leave service, where am I going? You see some of the military police when they retire, some of them will become CSO security. There was something like that. A general will retire, because retire, that benefit is going to sustain for the rest of his times. So you still need to be a man that is living large when he was in service. But after leaving service, you rely only on his pension. So then, okay, if you give them Plan B, they will have other source of income that can take care of their family, put food on their table, to sustain them, food security. And then to give them their food security. So we then look at about to state level 3, the local government services are up at 3. We then said, okay, we need to provide that Plan B empowerment. So once it's provided, there will be any income. There will be any income that will be able to sustain them independent of their salary, monthly wage. So that this man doesn't have to start pressing government for increased by wages. Because when inflation happens like that, this subsidy people, if that has been happening since that time, when we would have subsidy, civil servant would not complain, the young again would not complain, because there will be food in everywhere in Nigeria. So Fish for One initiative is supposed to go into production of cattle, cash crop, agriculture, industrial, agricultural farming, mining, everything. Now, the present minister for mineral resources is a good friend of mine, Dr. Henry Dilalaki. I tried to engage him, we threw him a proposal. I told him, I said, if for mining in Nigeria cannot be taken away from the people, mining is part of what will provide empowerment for the people. Right now, what we have mostly is that we have foreigners coming to come and mine this thing. And part of this is causing problem that even within community, they will say some retired ignorant that are involved in mining. That's why we are seeing this rampant arbitrary killing, kidnapping. See, every community must be part of that mining process. Artisanal mining. Because agriculture, mining, these are things that will take millions of people out of poverty immediately. So you know what I'm saying? Where they can income. Now, I have mineral resources all around my land here. Maybe this house at times. You don't even know this house that we are in right now. Maybe if they dig into it, there is mineral resources. But suddenly when they say so, and they discover it, yet become the government, fine. But if the government is taking ownership, then people in this community should be able to benefit from this. They should be able to also invest in it and make money out of it. So we treat the proposal to Federal Ministry of Mineral Resources, which of course I believe that Mr. Biladaki is working very hard. He's trying to turn the tip around to make sure this works. So what we part of the solution under that Fish for One is included that. You also look at mass manufacturing and export too. That this people can earn income from all this, so they take ownership from all of these things. So we look at it. So companies that were going bazaar there and going to collapse like Donut, like all these other companies, Vono. You see, we already have a plan and fish for work to make sure they survive. And up to now, we have transferred that fish for work to translate to Gene. So all dead companies in Nigeria were more than 1,000 dead companies. All those dead companies in Nigeria, like I said, Mission Polo, Steer, Volkswagen, they'll come back under this fish, Gene Village and the Facebook account. It's going to be funded. And how is going to be money that will fix Nigeria is here in Nigeria. That money is not, it's not even outside, it's here in Nigeria. And so it will interest government to know that that money, when we go after it, everybody will see result happening. Right. So now, if we get it right and we start to do it, all this company will be revived and job will be created for millions of youths. Honda must come back. The Tesla industries in Nigeria must come back. Bata must come back. Leonard will come back. We have Philips at Jota. We have Bata, Leonard at Jota. We have some oil groundnut producing oil factories. So all these companies will come back. They will be well funded, and now we can now export these goods. Because, for example, my experience, most of my research focused on the South Korea Samodong model. And that's what battered the South Korea economic miracle growth. You see, along river hands. The government came together with people and said, Korea must become the best in the world. And what happened? You see, government was intentional to allow family businesses, about 30 to 50 businesses grew and became multinational. Among them is Samsung, LG, Daewoo, Hyundai, and we can continue to, the list is endless. Now, they really intentionally allow them to become multinational that grew so much and took over the market, the global market. In Korea, for any local production within the Japa to enter Korea to sell in the Korean market, it must all go to the foreign market. I'll be doing well. I ain't $1 there to be repatriated back home. So what the Japa does then was to provide infrastructure for movement of those goods outside Korea. So very good at this producers to produce, you are not allowed to sell locally in Korea. It must be exported. So when they are doing very well in the export market, then bringing dollar back home, whatever they are selling in their country was subsidized. So very good they are buying like this. It's already subsidized like Samsung. It's subsidized in their country. But it's reversing in Nigeria. So our things are so expensive because we're not even producing more. So like that Japa is that the ships are available for goods to be moved outside Korea, South Korea. And it's 10 years down the line, that 10 years plan, through what they call Samuel Utam movement, new village promotion, which is similar to the Project Fix Nigeria productivity game changer movement, and welfare fix Nigeria. Now, in those 60 and 70, they fought war. And after their war, they look at what they can do. That's the similarity between the South Korea and Nigeria. Nigeria between 60 and earlier 70 we fought lines was over. And our economy and GDP was far better than theirs. But what they did differently was to look at, they have 45 million people. Presently now maybe are less than 50 million. Nigeria is about 250 million people. But what we got it wrong is not focusing on our people. And it means government need to welcome outsider innovation perspective. For things to happen very fast under this regime, President Tinubu administration, he needs to open his door. President Tinubu has to be everywhere there. President has to have a forum. Where at times, if he's not traveling out, it could be state to state, where he will go there and meet the people, town hall. Yet town is not about government and parapasy or media stuff. No, not media meet this time, but meet Nigerians. Where people will not talk. So good ideas will be sold to the president, and president will take it around with it. President Renewable must make his own billionaire before he leaves office. But President has made his own, whatever I made their own. The last of I had Elijah Code is saying that if not for Obasanjo, he cannot become a billionaire. Obasanjo made him and others billionaire. So now it's now time for President Tinubu to to make other people billionaires. That's how it's being done in the other part of the world. So that way we'll be having more millionaires, the economy will grow, more jobs will be created, and our GDP will be fantastic. Our vision 2035 at under the Project Fix Nigeria Game Changer movement is 150 million Nigerian millionaires must emerge. 10 trillion GDP must happen. Because China has already promised that in 10 years they want to have 400 million Chinese millionaires. So Nigeria we should project, we should have vision. We should create vision, then create a mission around it and pursue it. That's where what Project Fix Nigeria can do for government of Nigerians. So we now set our own missions. 150 million Nigerian millionaires must also emerge. We must also agree that about 10,000, 100,000 kind of businesses must also grow and be able to pay twice a million to our government. We must be able to air freight and mass ship out made in Nigerian goods every day. So the strategy is that whatever is produced in Nigeria will be, most of it will go and end dollar. So that we can attract foreign exchange inflow to Nigeria. This is all the research Project Fix Nigeria has been doing after meeting Baba the Sage, Chief of GCFR, is may rest in peace. You see? So that is what the research that any government can benefit from. And run with it. And to fix Nigeria, it shouldn't be difficult at all. But it's only when we think it's government. Government does not have the technical, the fiscal, the financial know to deliver those greatest growth over 250 million compatriots of ours. We need to engage Nigerians. It has to be inclusive everywhere we go. Political independence without economic independence cannot be sustained.
Thank you very much. The final question. To Nigerians who are skeptical and quite unbelievable, so what's quite unbelievable in building of a nation through Project Fix Nigeria? So what do you have to say to them? How do you build their trust? How do you gain their trust for them to come together and let us make this dream a reality?
Fine. To gain their trust is simple. I'll say that we must stop blaming, complaining. You see, instead of blaming, bless. Instead of complaining, contribute. Okay? Instead of individual operation, come together. So, don't look at, stop issue of 419. Nigeria, the first thing that comes to anybody might speak it. All over the world. Even when you get to America, you get to that, it's fraud everywhere.
Yes.
But they come together. The people that have come closer to building enterprise or trade and commerce are the Igbos in Nigeria. Now, at times we will say that Igbo, they are everywhere. They are everywhere because they easily form community. So that is where, what the question you're asking now, that for anything to happen there must be a community. Now, all of us who became Facebook community, are we part of that community? Now we have about 9 billion people in the world. Probably more than 5 billion people on Facebook, Twitter, like Instagram. So it's a community. If you don't come together, nothing can happen. So we don't need to even more the trust of anybody. But we will just agree that, this problem is getting overwhelming. Now, cost of transmission is high. You are blaming President Renewable. But that reform is not overdue. The strategy might have been, okay, we had the president just into the jig. It's not that this reform it just came like that. And for a country that's already been dealing with mass poverty, mass, you know what I'm saying? When that policy was to be implemented, there could have been a soft land without a bill. What a strategy that can provide short-time gain. Then it was to be palliative. But palliative is a kind of work. How do you reach out to people, giving them 25? Everybody saying you're going to give 30 million Nigeria, 25 thousand. There can't be free meal anywhere. That's free meal. Even if free time, there's no free meal. That money was able to bring return on investment in the company. But I'm sure President Tinubu has rested, which is good. So for the reform that caused the hike in transportation and everything, President Tinubu meant well, but I said some few people are benefiting. Maybe initially it would have been for us to go after those people benefiting that resources, get them out. What is their number? Maybe they are less than 2,000 Nigeria. So why would over 250 million pay for it? If the only subsidy in Nigeria would have gained, well, I'm sure President Tinubu, if he had that talk, that would have what he would have done. Because I know he's a very courageous, bold, audacious leader. And he's not, he's not about talking about Godfather. He's his own Godfather, in this presidency. And so that's why he's able to take those bold steps and reforms that he's doing. Because he's courageous. He's daring, you see. And so for that, would have been, if maybe they are trying to tell let's look for those people benefiting from the subsidy. Let them return the money they are taking away. And those that are taking subsidy and they are diverting it for, they didn't supply, they didn't bring for it, but they're just taking money in billions of dollars. We collect it back from them. We collect it back from them. They those that have collected a dollar, the naira floating. If you have collected, your name is mentioned, you go pay back. Because now that we have done it, this reform now, those category of people, they cannot survive again. They can't survive again because already they have made money both in naira and dollar. It's like a way. But now, people are complaining that President Tinubu is making life difficult for us. Whereas President Tinubu is looking for solutions so that we won't be borrowing, we won't be in debt too much again. That's what he did. Instead of subsidizing that. Again, he said it's bad that billionaires were just imagined overnight. We have people that they said it's just a question of CBN then. And under Emefiele, we just give somebody $100 million, $1 billion, $5 billion from 400 naira per dollar. And somebody gave for a formula, he doesn't have to carry anything. But the money will be changed. And this guy is super rich already. So you're gonna send the dollar for naira at 800. Something I got for 400. Stupid money. So suddenly maybe the guy said, but look at calculate it. Maybe 1.something trillion or 2 trillion richer. So and whereas, so why do you tell this type of person tomorrow to come and be your mentor? Then it will tell you to have to go to CBN, go and get dollar or round tripping. Or we will also know some bank MD. What they do is they start the round tripping where you collect dollars and you go and sell it and you make money and we all billionaires. In those days, it's an aberration to see a banker floating money. No, it's not done. Bankers are very highly conservative. You don't see them. President Obasanjo and GCFR and Minister for Works, David Umar, saying that one of the greater problems is low productivity, which Project recently has done a child on that. So we align with that, what President Obasanjo just said. So let's fix the problem of low productivity and let government realize the fact that government cannot do everything. Government cannot solve all the problems. So the better we open our doors, starting from ministers too. So let President like we look for Nigerians that will fix Nigeria. The money is here. It's about idea. Idea rules the world. People ask innovation, young Nigerian, brilliant youth outside there. Oh man, diaspora. Let's bring them together. It will happen. Not all this committee, we are tired of committees. Just say, come up with an idea and let's go with it. It is good. So that's what we should do. Let me give you an instance as I close. Our youth must be part of this and why they must be part of it. See, years ago, some years ago, I wanted something at 90 when 90 was 90. Completely. As a young man, I was about maybe 25 years ago. Close to 30. And I went there about 30 years ago. 30, over 30 years. I was there 30 days. So I was in my 20s. But I went there to do something at 90. But until I get there, they will not allow me to see the CEO, the managing director, or the GM. I will come all the way from Lagos. And I will say, I have an appointment. So okay, come during this day. I'll come there, this service day. That visit, I will not be able to see the MD. They say, do I have a referral from any powerful Nigeria? So that's how I'll go back. After I tried, I came like 7 times. Nothing happened. The last time I was going to say, I will not come back here. Okay. I said, the next time I'm coming back as a young man to this night, I said, I'm coming as a VIP. And I just believed in my purpose. I looked to my God and I declared it was prophetic. I said, God, this night I'm going to make my money here too because I have something they must buy. So I went. So by the time after our military regime, it came them because President Obasanjo tenure. So, and they brought in Penta School from Netherlands. They had one that started Marriage United. And somebody just said, they have problem. They have problem. We both decided, both say they are told to leave Nigeria. And they already signed the GSN 0804. then. So and we already also building capacity for our local line phone. So I go there, I said, I have something to say to this people. And when I go there again, I went there, somebody told me that no. You can't come in and see it's a resource man. The resource man was the MD. And Japa and Jig was the CTO and one other France tour guy was the CFO there. So when I got to Nigeria as a young man, they said, I now told my God, I said, God, I told you God some years back, 10 years ago, I said, when I come back to Nigeria, one day I will come in like VIP, red carpet too. And so the time has come, God, for me to live as a youth. So I believe you'll do it. Because you said we should go and struggle and you bless the sweat of our face and the work of our hand. Now it's time. So I'm here for my blessing. So that's as a youth, for you to be inspired to know that everything is possible. They should not give up. They should keep on trying until they succeed. So as at that time, so I sat down one day at the hotel. In fact, the date will happen then by the time 2003, 4. Although the gas come and we have a GC because of your day, you call it GC in my OPT. So I don't even have credit on my own phone. The day that transformation will happen in my life, I don't have credit to call. To get to Abuja, I went to one transport company in that people who can't even have money for flight ticket. It was just less than 2,000, but then I don't even have money. I need to go and approach the transport company, the general manager, to say, please help me. There's one papa, the papa I hope is still William, because of William Long power in the streets in Japa. I'm talking about my personal story, so that when you should know. She personal experience, okay, but we talk. I'm saying that now. So, come here and meet Baba, I'm traveling. Baba like me, Baba was my fine. Baba called me, JD, you know. And what is that day? Because me and my children, my wife, a very young family, a very beautiful family. They call us American returnee. So that's when Baba called us, Baba Williams. He lives on Power in the Street at up in Japa. So I mean Baba said, I'm going to Abuja. Baba said, William follow me. I said, Baba, I don't have cash, borrow me money. So when I come back. So Baba said, Mama brought 1.5. I said, I don't have money. I said, this is the only thing I have, but take it and go. Of course, no 1.5 knows. I'm going to Abuja. I went home, where I will stay. So, okay, I took it. And my wife looked at me and started crying with my son. I picked the record, for example, above 35. He's 35, he's a big man too now. And everyone. So, they started crying now. He said, you can't travel. Why am I saying, you can't travel? I said, but if it's easy, then everybody will be doing it. It is out of obscurity, out of hopelessness that hope comes. You know, it is out of poverty that prosperity is created. Let me go. So they followed me to Jimo that night. I got there, I was partying conveniently. While by myself was sick, I said, don't cry again. So from there back to Jimo, they were crying. Why are you going to survive? So we go there, I went to meet somebody there. He said, no, that was beyond the power. I can't put you on this bus. When you do it. But I said, pay for me now. When you pay for me, I'll pay you. I'm going to Abuja to bring money. And I don't have any money. I'm going to bring Abuja. I don't even know how the Abuja would be. I'm just going to try my luck. So, but I was going with confidence, with boldness, that a better tomorrow is about to happen. Transformation is about to happen. Divine restoration, divine intervention. I was going with only those capital. The two capital I had was divine restoration, divine intervention. Those are the capital I was sitting in Abuja, and it's far because it's God. So I left. So the one that took me to, I think it's always that transport company. So they took me to the manager. I spoke to the manager. One day I need to get to Abuja, I'm probably Abuja tonight. And I wanted to give me credit to travel. He said, you just came. Do you know me? Because I don't know you. But you have to give me credit. I have to be in Abuja. Yes, I have to be in Abuja. So he said, well, I can help you. Oh, you think that's what? You got it because this thing, you will pay you. You don't know who you have today, that tomorrow will change something. So I was going to say, not coming back. So I went to him. How much was the transport fare? It was maybe 1,800. Not even, but I have 1.5. And I cannot leave my children and wife without money. So I have to to give 1,200. So I'm going with 300 naira to Abuja, and I'm going to Abuja. So I sat down. So money that I will leave very look at us. So I've given up my money. I will walk. I will check. That's so wherever I will go. I will just check. I don't even know where I will sleep when I get to Abuja. Okay, so, but I made up my mind. Hear that power must change that. And so I left. So we got to Abuja the following morning. We got it the morning. The following morning, they declare strike or Shimole. They said that we Israel demonstration. They'll be talking about it. So, but I neglected this. I think I said that one cannot. I said, me, I'm going for my own purpose. So by the time we got there, that it became fullness of the implementation of that strike. So I have to stay at the motor park.
You slept there?
Yeah, I was sleeping there. So with my 300 that I have, so I have to buy Gary from one woman. So I have to use pure water. So I have to put the gas in water, drink and drink water to sustain myself. So I didn't have a friend called Babama. So before I called him, after the sun was over, he said I asked my brother at layer 1. By night then I can go there. So he called that one because there was mobile phone, so I went. So that one, by the time my mind was after this, but I was there for the motorbike for 4 factors before I could move. So nothing to eat. So I know that okay, this has become fasting. So I tried to fasting and I was happy. I said, sure, I can go up and you can do that. So also so it was like that. So my wife will call me on phone when he called me. I'm everything was okay. I'm not worried. But everything is fine because I don't want to send raw signal back that my wife and my small children. I need to keep hope. So you never whatever happen in life, you must be very hopeful. You must be determined. So after the call I started crying. After spoken to them, I will start shedding tears, because feeling the pain that why am I telling do this to myself, so. But then I will be a spirit that will discourage you, the second spirit. Say, hold your period, I'll go back home. Say, why do you take this type of embark on this type of journey of hopelessness? So I met that guy through Babama, my friend, Victor. So from there I was sleeping in the house, woke up in the morning. So like that, so the day this thing will happen, I will walk like almost 10 kilos to go and make people that are rich. There's no money. There's no money. So like that it was going. So yeah, but somebody was happening one night. The idea that that's going to be our problem in Nigeria. The name of that guy is spelled like we I will not forget. He's a barrister, he's a lawyer. He says, Chairman, I know already that will call me. Chairman, you are smart. I know Caribbean. And I said, yes, now we can solve the problem. We can solve it. We can solve the problem. So we said they should leave Nigeria. No. We will not leave. We can solve it. I said, do you have their number? He said, yes. I took it, I called my phone, I very okay. I said, we have something credit to talk. So I okay. So I had one man, he was a former commissioner, Chief Tony Ogulu. He was in that hotel. So I signed the back of the market, my brother, I said, Chief Tony, give me your phone. Do you have your phone? He said, yes. So I need to make some official call now that will change everything. You must have, I trust you. So I can get his phone. Papa would not remember I call. They pick it. It was the one man that picked the phone. Oh, was it? You tell me that's where that's where so yeah, I was able to see. I said, I want to talk to you. I said, yes. My name is just yes. I said, my name is Olusegun. We should go back to today, who's going to be should be president of Nigeria. I said that. So basically, I said, you have problem, and I want to help you fix the problem. So when I see we can talk, he said, you want to help me fix the problem? Are you coming help me? I said, no. So then how do you think you can fix our problem? We'll fix it. So eventually he gave me an appointment, he removed money to get there. So she told me he went before.
So that was how the story changed.
So it changed, but I got there. So when I saw them, I saw the Sushman, I saw Japa, the CTO, I saw their team. So I told them, I want to help you solve your problem. What is the problem? So they told me. So from there, we started to take it up. We started taking it up until we were able to, because we need to see the President Obasanjo. Because as another, we were told to leave Nigeria. So to see the President, how do we do it?
You worked that for
So we have to now work that out. So luckily, at the point I met with the chaplain of the president, Professor Obaje. So Professor Obaje was very close to the president. So I told him, this is the problem. Okay, bring those people.
And that was how you saw.
So we brought him. So we brought them. So we discussed and we look at it. And by God's grace, the problem was solved. And from there, I became the supplier. I became the consultant to United. You see, what I wanted to do, yes, I didn't work.
Finally,
so that time finally came to fruition. So every youth in Nigeria should not give. And that was my story, beginning my story and success. So we transformed everything. So from the guy that came from nowhere got to somewhere. So every Nigerian youth should take advantage of zero advantage to get to wherever they want to get to in life. So I'm part of the Project Fix Nigeria movement.
Thank you very much. That brings us to the end of this beautiful, powerful conversation with Mr. Oluwasegun Akoni Komoton, the CEO of Project Fix Nigeria Consulting. I hope you are able to learn from this, gain a sense of possibility, and also gain motivation in fixing and taking a step forward in what matters in our community. Thank you for watching with us. Thank you for being part of this episode. I will help fix Nigeria. You will help fix Nigeria together. My name is Alao Kudirat Abisola. See you next on our next episode. Thank you. Thanks for watching. You are welcome.